Oh, my thumb. I'm actually twisting it with my thumb and it doesn't hurt. Fucking progress. I'm out on the Harley today. You know, I washed it, not yesterday, but maybe the day before. I thought it'd be a real shame if I sold it before I ever even made a video with it. And I also want to just give it sort of one last try to see if I really want to get rid of it, or if I can find a place in my heart for it. I like the looks of it. I think it looks cool, and by extension, I think I look cool riding it. Let's see if I can enjoy riding this bike today. I'll be honest, I'm having fun right now because I'm riding a motorcycle and that's great. But the Delta Flyer is more fun than this. That's 100% for sure. But this looks cooler. And I really enjoy irony. And so in the summertime, I like to put on like a lingerie top and a mini skirt and ride this around Capitol Hill. That's pretty fucking ironic if you ask me, and it cracks me up. This bike is shaky and bumpy, and the suspension is fucking terrible. It's a really harsh ride, and every little bump I feel it through my ass and my spine. But it sounds cool, and I like the riding position. You know what? When I crashed this bike, I think I did more damage to my engine guards than I thought I had, because sitting up here and looking down at it, that engine bar is rather crooked. No other damage. It started right up after a friend of mine went and rode it home for me after my crash, because I went straight to the hospital. My thumb was so gnarly looking that night, but it was very clearly dislocated. You can see my entire thumb was just in like it was in the wrong place. Like, nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. Oh Jesus, this road, this bike is so bumpy. On my other bikes, this road is no big deal. It's shitty pavement, but it's no big deal. I fucking rip on this road on the Delta Flyer. This bike is like hanging on for dear life. Oh, my brain is shaking all over. Oh man, I just killed my bike. I accidentally hit the kill switch over here. I don't even know how I did that, but in my opinion, it should not be so easy. Whatever. It's not sunny right now, but it is relatively bright and relatively warm. It's like mid-60s, so it feels kind of good out here. You can see I'm wearing my leather jacket, not my new Revit jacket. That new Revit jacket, I'll be honest, I have buyer's remorse with it. I just don't like how it fits me. I should have returned it, but I just needed a jacket like it. I needed a jacket like that, warm and windproof, waterproof. The sleeves are too long for me, and the torso is way too long. I think I should have got a girl jacket. I don't know. I feel like I just should have been more patient and got a jacket that I actually like and that fits well. I mentioned before that the shoulders, it's constricting in the shoulders, and when I'm riding, it's not a factor at all. So that's fine. It's fine to ride in the jacket. It's just when I'm off the bike, I hate it. Normally when I do this route, Even though I hate there and back routes, I do there and back. But I think this time I'll switch it up because I don't want to come back down on these same roads. This suspension is just so harsh. I can't believe I rode this bike all the way to California. I had some long days on this bike. Long days, like 10-hour days, 400 miles. And this bike is nowhere near as comfortable as the Enterprise. And I just can't believe I did such long days on this POS. I've really had an itch for a sport bike lately. I think probably from riding the Delta Flyer around. I'm addicted to wheelies. I have no self-control when it comes to doing a wheelie. So if I got a sport bike, it would have to be a bike that... Oh man, I just got snot all over the inside of my shield. Anyway, if I got a sport bike, it would have to be a bike that I don't want to wheelie for other reasons. And only one sport bike comes to mind, and that is the Ducati 916 or variants. And of course I would want to wheelie that bike, but I would cherish it enough that I would not risk crashing it just to do a wheelie. Maybe little power wheelies here and there, but I wouldn't be trying to do prolonged stand-ups like I used to do on my Gixxer. Oh, I'll tell you, the quality of this ride really, really takes away from the enjoyment. The fucking suspension, the harshness, there's nothing fun about it. If this was like some sort of chopper that I fucking built myself, and therefore it had harsh suspension, or if this bike was from like the 60s or 70s and therefore it had harsh suspension, okay, then that's fucking cool. But this bike is from 2019, so in my opinion there's no excuse for a bike to ride like this, and it just really detracts from the enjoyment. Ooh. There's a cyclist up there and everybody's struggling to pass the cyclist. No wonder we're going so goddamn slow. I get the whole don't kill cyclists thing, but they could be better. Was that third gear? Is that fifth? Sixth? I mean, I don't have 6 gears, I have 5. Yeah, that was third gear. That was a fucking wimpy... That was fucking wimpy for third gear. Yeah. Third gear, roll on. Wimpy as fuck. so wimpy. Where's my Harley power, brother? Where's my V-twin torque? Yeah. I know this is not the big twin, but it's still 1200 fucking cc's. Come on. I do really enjoy riding with this helmet. I just feel like so much more. And I can hear the bike. This bike makes a lot of cool sounds. For sure. I mean, there are many things I like about this bike. But I think what I'm discovering on this ride is that the things that detract far outweigh. I wish I knew more about motorcycle mechanics, because there's a sound that this bike makes when I chop the throttle, and I don't know what that sound is called or what the You know, is it the induction or like the transmutation of the warp field? Yeah, I have no idea. But I wish I knew so that I could be like, oh yeah, I love the sound of the transmutation of the warp field on that bike. Even in second gear, all right, I'm going, let's see, 25, and then I'm gonna just whack on the throttle wide open. Let me get back down at 25. 25, let's see, about 2,300 RPM. So wimpy. So wimpy. Also, that hurt my thumb, so that test was super not worth it. Here we are at the park, Seward Park. I'm just gonna come down to the turnaround at the end of this parking lot. Turn around, and then we're gonna zip into Seward Park, the neighborhood. And I'm gonna get some espresso at Cafe Vita. Ugh. So bumpy. It's so bumpy that the sun visor in my helmet is like working its way down. I mean, it's kind of hilarious how shitty this bike is. Standing around, waiting in line, and then the employee says, just a heads up, I don't have espresso right now. Bro, fucking say that in the beginning. Put a sign up. I'm so annoyed now. All right, shake it off, shake it off. Both Ways Cafe. That sounds fun. Okay, before I get going again, my crash bar is super crooked. The left is like closer to me than the right. Like the whole thing just got pivoted and I fell on the left. But no other damage. Just the crash bar being wildly bent. Here's Both Ways Cafe. Should I go straight and park on this little residential street? I think so. I mean, I'm not annoyed that they didn't have espresso. I'm annoyed that I stood in line and waited when that guy could have told me the instant I walked in. Strike two. If I get one more strike, I'm fucking out. Okay, here's a spot I've never been to. Bright spot. Oh, I will get lost if I try to go this way, but I'll give it a shot. Both Ways Cafe is closed and looks more like a little restaurant than like a coffee cafe. Bump, 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 bump. I already forgot what the name of the road is that I'm supposed to turn on. Ugh. Horton. Up this bumpy ass road. Yeah. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I don't know where the fuck I am. Ugh. This road sucks. Look at these houses, man. $1 million homes. Probably. At least. Jesus Christ. These homes are crazy. Whoa. This is a hell of a view. Talent, Cascade. I'll be back there. This bike is easy. It's easy to ride. I'll admit that. Because it is pretty little compared to the Enterprise. It is super easy to ride. Who are all the rich people that live in this neighborhood? So it should be just right here. Mission success. It's not the best espresso I've ever had, but it tastes okay. This cafe has tie-dyed clothing inside for sale, which is really cool if you're into tie-dyed clothing. Yeah, I wanna I wanna sell this bike. This bike has redeeming qualities, but not enough to fully redeem it. I don't know where this road goes if I just keep going straight on it. Let's find out, I guess. Let's prolong the ridiculousness of this ride.
If you're the kind of man that eats bullets and shits ice cream, well, this bike just might be perfect for you. It takes a real man to tame this beast, to unlock its untamed potential, to subdue its wild spirit. But don't subdue it too much. That's the part you fell in love with. The part that keeps you coming back for more. That wild, dangerous, wild danger. You need your iron steed to fight you. That's how you know you're alive. You need it to shake your balls like a bobblehead strapped to a lawnmower. To vibrate the euphemism straight up your metaphor and into your simile. If your motorcycle isn't at least a little bit shitty, are you even a man? On the other hand, this is just a sporty. In some circles, that's a girl's bike. Cause in those same circles, girls can either ride bitch or they can ride sporties. But they can't do both. Well, I'm not manly and I'm not a woman. So it's a wonder I put over 7,000 miles on this thing. And it's a bigger wonder that I bought it in the first place. If I'm being honest, I bought it cause I was afraid. I was afraid that if I got another sport bike, I would kill myself by lethal wheelie death. I also knew I wanted to go cross country on my next bike. Sport touring bikes being a thing in the past that just left Harley. And I thought the big twin Harleys were just too much bike for me. Too heavy, too cumbersome, but also too heavy. So I would just have to man up, or man down to the sporty. Well, what's done is done. I've loved this bike, I've hated this bike.
It's so shitty. Oh god.